today on Back to School with Paris and Roxy, I'm going to share with you some note-taking ideas as was promised in Classroom Attitude 101, which was covered by Paris. So here's the thing, in that video we challenged you to get the video to 100 likes, and let me just tell you guys that within one night it went straight up to like 500 likes, which was pretty much insane and completely unexpected. So because you guys had such an amazing response, we are completely motivated to continue doing our back to school series. But here's the challenge for this video: get this to 1000 likes and we will continue back to school with Paris and Roxy. And some topics that we may cover are resume writing, cover letters, types of learning such as auditory or visual. So be sure to like this video and come on, let's get it to 1000 likes to continue this back to school video series on this channel. So with that being said, let us get straight into this video, and don't forget 1000 likes for more back to school videos and perhaps a domspiration video in the air, maybe. Yeah, it all depends on you guys. So with that being said, let us get into this note-taking video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get started. So in class, you want to have your notebook, pencil case, and any other tools you may need to take effective notes. If you think you need a motivation boost or attitude check for the new semester, be sure to check out Classroom Attitude 101, which was covered by Paris. And don't worry if you don't know what else you may need in class. Watch this video through to get some ideas. Before class begins, make sure to head up your notebook with the date, class, and the topic. And yes, this class is back to school with Paris and Roxy, so welcome to school, guys. Heading up your notes make it so easy to find topics covered at a glance. And speaking of easy identification, here comes my favorite part: adding colors to your notes. You can use highlighters and colored pens to help you do this. My notes often look like a rainbow by the time I'm finished, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who's learning, and if this helps you remember things, why not? Definitions are also something else that should remain separate from the rest of your notes. In class, use colored pens or highlighters to identify definitions in your notes. You really want these things to pop at you so you will remember that it's important and you should learn it. Use tabs to identify sources, authors, or text after you write down a definition. Besides the fact that plagiarism is so not cool, yeah, we don't do plagiarism, guys. Having these tabs make it easy for you to find these references long after you've written it, in case you want to go back and get some extra information. For equations, like this one we made up for success, box them off. That way they'll become isolated from the rest of your notes. You really want to see them as a separate identity, so that way it will always stand out to you and you'll have a better chance of remembering it. For extra important details such as exam hints from your teacher, mark it off with a symbol that means something to you. I use asterisks because it makes me feel a sense of urgency, but you can choose anything you like. Using shorthand while in class makes it super easy to write at a fast pace. You can use B/C for because, B/W for between, and W/O for without. Never ever write word for word, because not only does this take time, but it also distracts you from other important things that your lecturer may be saying, and you really don't want that. You want to be focused on what is being said in class. Sticky notes can be used to add in extra pieces of information. You know how sometimes you fill up an entire page with notes and then you have a piece of important information to add in? Use sticky notes in a case like this because you really want to keep all relevant pieces of information together and not all over your book. Proper organization of your notes is a critical part of being a successful student. Okay, now it's time for note-taking methods. First up is concept maps. The main idea goes in a little bubble, and from there you put sub-ideas or subheadings. Below those sub-ideas you put definitions or descriptions of what they are. In this example, I used note-taking methods as my main concept, and from there I established the headings, concept map, flowchart, and a T-table, all of which will be covered in this video. Oh, and be sure to check out my previous note-taking video on how to get an A+. I'll link it in somewhere on the screen. Flowcharts are meant to be used for step-by-step processes, things that happen one after the next. Flowcharts organize these steps into a way that is clear, concise, and easy to remember. Connect each step with an arrow and never jumble step-by-step happenings into a paragraph because your brain works methodically and seeing a step-by-step process will be easier for you to remember. Next up is a T-table or T-chart. This is to compare two or more things. Draw up the necessary columns and write your headings. Next, the most important step is to identify common factors or parameters. That is, words that are common to the things you are comparing, example size, weight, habitat, etc. When you identify the common factors, make sure and put it in the first column, or you can use tabs instead like I did. If you don't want to use the tabs, be sure to leave the first column blank. In an exam, by remembering the parameters, it makes it so much easier to remember what should go where in your table. Boxes and bullets is another technique that I like to use. You have the main idea in the box and then the details or key points in the bullet form. This method is ideal for learning definitions. It also makes your notes structured and organized since the box you draw immediately makes these topics stand out to you. Kind of like boxing off equations like we did before. I like highlighting the boxes because it contributes to the importance of those definitions and adds a pop of color that, to be honest, helps you feel motivated to learn them. It is critical that you have your text or lecture in front of you during class. That way you can see what the lecturer is talking about and you can supplement the lectures with notes that you are taking. This also helps prevent the writing word for word syndrome. Use tabs again to mark off important chapters where you stopped in your notebook, pages you need to review, homework questions, and things like that. Also, when you go to the library or you're doing research, tabs are crucial in identifying pages you need to revisit. Nothing is more annoying than finding information and then losing the page. Not only is it frustrating, but it is time-consuming. Flashcards are useful in many ways. On one side you can have keywords and on the next you can have definitions. Or you can just summarize topics. The real goodness of flashcards come from the fact that they are portable, which means that instead of taking your notebook everywhere you go, you can just take the flashcards instead and be able to learn while you're basically anywhere. Flashcards provide that on-the-go learning method that's hard to find in other note-taking methods. Oh, and don't forget to check out my DIY flashcard holder that I made. Yes, I know, shameless self-promotion, but you have to admit it's super cute, right? Not to mention easy to make. So guys, that was the end of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and don't forget to get it to 1000 likes for more Domspiration videos as well as more back to school with Paris and Roxy videos. Thank you so much for watching and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!